Our next food provider is well known to us too, Martha's Table. And the executive director, Ronda is here. And they too are receiving a check for $2,000. I should have mentioned, I had a lot of fun yesterday driving around delivering those checks. Since we couldn't meet in person, I didn't want to just put them in the mail. So I got to go and meet everybody and see their programs in operation.
But I'd really like to also thank everyone for your continued support. One of my overused phrases, but I so believe it is, it takes a village, and you're all part of it. Martha's has been serving the community or that village since 1997, and your donation today will help us really stabilize our services so we're well positioned to move forward, and I hope into the next decade. Since the start of the pandemic, all indoor services had to pause. We've been offering takeout and door-to-door delivered meals since. The number of meals, I think Judy just mentioned, have continued to increase, and all of our former dining areas have been converted into food prep space. We simply don't have room. So to that effect, we know, all of us, how important social contact is. We've felt it since the pandemic, and isolation can have negative impacts on mental well-being. And our weather is extreme. It's cold, it's hot. Having an escape from it can be critical, just a place where you can go. And at Martha's, we've always offered a place that you can sit and dine with what we hope is comfortable in a dignified manner. And this project is really going to get us back to these important indoor services: food, shelter, and social. So we've purchased the property attached to our existing facility, and we plan to open it to the public. That's going to be our public-facing side. And it needs a lot of renovations, and with the Rotary Club funds, we're going to get this started. So we're really excited to say we're going to be knocking down some interior walls and opening up spaces for seating areas. We'll be purchasing with the funds all the things and bits needed for painting and drywall supplies, and we're going to be filling and emptying our dumpster many times. But this is really important work that gets us to our end goal. And we're going to do the work in phases. This is actually the second phase. I'll just quickly say we've had an emergency warming room since we purchased the property because it's winter. And it's small, but we wanted to have a place where people could access coffee, tea, and just warm up. And just this morning, I popped into the space just to see how it was going. And I had a chance to speak with someone, and they said they were recently found themselves in need. They weren't expecting to reach out for support. And I talked to them about housing, where they might go. They didn't have a doctor, and I gave them a number for, not a doctor, but to get on a list. But the point is, I was really immediately re-inspired and re-energized to make this project a success. I've always said, it could be any one of us that needs a hand. Life throws so many curveballs. So we're really pleased to be moving back to these services that we hope more fully meet the needs of community members. And we couldn't do without you. That's the bottom line. So thank you so much for helping us with this project. The end results are going to make a big impact in the community, and it's always a pleasure to serve with you. And we hope to do so moving into the future. Thanks.
You're very welcome.